What's up guys, it's Aiden Gray here and welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. So, let's get into it. Hey guys, I'm back. Hey guys, it's Aiden Gray, and I'm back for 2021. Let's hope that this year is better than 2020. I have huge plans for this year, and I'm so excited. And those plans start with this new camera that I got for Christmas, the Blackmagic 6K, which is what I'm going to call it. I'm not going to use that long name, Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, it's just too long. Blackmagic 6K is what I'm going to say for the rest of this video. This camera is amazing. I got it for Christmas, thank you Santa Claus, and I love it already. I've only had it for about 6, 7, 8 days, a few days, a week or so. I'm still learning it. This is the first YouTube video I've shot on it. I've shot a few things that I'm going to show you throughout this video, like just B-roll and stuff. And yeah, so I haven't had it for too long. In no way is this a review. In no way is this like telling you a full spec video, anything like that. This is just me telling you my experience so far over these last couple days with this camera. So with that out of the way, let's just get into it. The first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is what I've planned with this camera. So for 2021, I have a few things planned for this camera. I have movies coming up, I have documentaries coming up, YouTube videos, I want to start posting more. I'm really excited for 2021 in the year of this channel, Aiden Gray, my production company, Aiden Gray Productions, just all that type of stuff, just rolling in, pumping it out, short films, stuff like that. So that's kind of what I want to do with this camera. This is not a YouTuber's camera. It doesn't have good autofocus, it doesn't have a flip out screen, it doesn't any of that. It's not convenient in the life of a vlogger, a YouTuber, anything like that. But for what I do, videos, narrative filmmaking, freelancing, this camera was the thing that I was going to get. I looked at a few other options, Canon R6, not the R5, it's a bit too expensive for me. Canon R6, Sony, the new Sony camera, a few other things, Canon C70, stuff like that, I knew was coming out. But after all of that, I decided to go with the Blackmagic 6K for a few reasons. Not actually its 6K function. I don't plan on using that much. I'm shooting this in HD. Most of the footage you'll see now, or throughout this video, is rather 2.7K for the 120, or 4K, 60, rather 24 frames, 60 frames, anything like that. I won't be shooting in 6K that much, and that's just because it takes up way too much file space, and I'm still getting used to using DaVinci Resolve in my workflow because I edit in Final Cut Pro, so using DaVinci Resolve and stuff, I'm still kind of getting used to that, and yeah. It's just a bit messy, and I want to learn it more, and hopefully someday in the future I'll be able to shoot B-roll more, and I'll be able to shoot 6K more when I get into that workflow. Or maybe they'll update Final Cut Pro, or someone will make a extension for it that I can use B-roll and edit it in Final Cut Pro. If there is something like that already and I don't know about it, tell me in the comments because I would love to be able to use it. Now that that's out of the way, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the rigging. Now, if you've watched any other Blackmagic video, which I assume if you clicked onto this video, which has Blackmagic in the title, you have. And I'll throw up a picture of my rig now. Yes, I have rigged it out. Obviously, yes, a lot of people say, yes, you do have to rig this camera. Especially for what I want to do with it, rigging was the most obvious option for me, instead of running it just the camera itself. But I love my rig so far, and it is great. I'm going to be making a separate rigging video in the future, so stay tuned for that. But a quick rough down of just a few things that I wanted to add was a follow focus, matte box, bigger battery, and just a cage with a monitor as well, a monitor. Just because those were the things I wanted to add to make my life easier. Matte box with sun glaze, follow focus so it doesn't shake when I focus, stuff like that. Just bigger battery, obvious reasons, and monitor because obviously the screen doesn't articulate, like I said. It's not really a YouTuber's camera, so I wanted to rig it out like a cinematographer's camera or a filmmaker's camera. So yeah, rigging was the most obvious option and that's what I went for. And now the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about this is the actual camera, like what it does. It does amazing things. This thing is an absolute beast. It shoots 120 frames at 2.7K. The 120 frames is a bit, it's okay. I'll show you some videos now. It's okay, it's a bit, but it does have a few flaws. One being the low quality. It's 2.7K, it's pretty good still, and it's better than anything, but it would be cool if it was like 4K or, yeah, 4K. But that's like the least of the problems. Probably the biggest is the huge crop factor. It crops in a lot when shooting 120 frames. But it is better than anything. I've never used 120 frames before, and I'm super happy with it. Another thing is that it does convert to slow-mo in the camera using off-speed recording. It doesn't have free will for you to edit speed random that in post. So it does just do it in the camera, but yet again, I have not really much complaints about it. It's better than anything, and I absolutely love using the 120 frames and plan to use it for many short films coming up in the future. So yeah, it's great, but it has a few flaws. And obviously this camera has 6K, which I told you before, I don't plan on using too much now. In the future though, I have some things that I want to use it for. The main thing that I actually do use is the 4K ProRes with this. 4K ProRes, 24 frames, 60 frames. Because that's just the most economic for me. ProRes, because I use Final Cut Pro and Apple products, just makes it easier. 4K, but it's the best quality with probably the lowest amount of file size. Just 24 60 frames, everything I really use on a daily basis, and I can switch to 120 frames. I can do high, low quality. It's just so flexible. I I love the actual camera's menu system. It's so easy to work with. I absolutely love it. It's like amazing. Touchscreen, I'm so loving that, and I'm still getting used to it kind of, but amazing. And yeah, it's just a beautiful camera, and I love the actual just images that come out of it. That's like what it's all about in the end. The images that come out of this camera are amazing. Now, obviously, you guys hear this a lot, and I don't want to just be another person that says it, but I'm going to have to, so you don't get the wrong idea. Gear doesn't matter. You don't need a good camera to make a good story. You don't need a good camera to make YouTube videos. You don't need a good camera to make films. You don't need a good camera. But this camera will help me. Take my filmmaking to the next level. It will help me up my standards of content I produce for clients, for my movies, for YouTube. And it was just the next step in my career of filmmaking. With that out of the way, I guess there's not much else to say. Let's hope 2021 is better than 2020. I have such great plans and I am so excited for it. And you guys are going to be along with the journey. You're going to see more people that you've already seen. You're going to see some new faces. It's going to be great. You're going to see me. We're going to go on this journey of 2021 with our heads held high, hoping that it is much better, and this is going to be amazing. That's all I really have to say. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in 2021 in the next video. So, peace.